How much does it cost to hire a fractional CMO? By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly how much it costs to hire a fractional CMO and if it's actually worth it for your business. The first question most people ask is how much does a fractional CMO cost? And it's actually the complete wrong question, and I'm gonna show you why in this video. Okay, let's just cut right to the chase, and I'll tell you exactly what the typical ranges are for fractional CMOs, and then I'll tell you why they range so much. So if you wanna hire a fractional CMO, it'll typically cost you somewhere between $1,500 a month and $10,000 a month. Now that's a pretty wide range, so I'm gonna show you exactly why that is. Okay, let's talk about price drivers. This is why the cost fluctuates so much. So first off, let's talk about your expectations from them. Most fractional CMOs will meet with their clients twice a month, and then they'll have email access and maybe text access. If you wanna have your fractional CMO joining you on meetings, maybe with your marketing team, maybe with your sales team, maybe more independent meetings with you, that means that's more hours that they're gonna have to contribute to your contract, which means they're gonna have to charge you more. Now, the next thing is what type of fractional CMO are you hiring? Are you hiring one that's just consulting? We call them consultative. Well, consultative just looks at your stuff, tells you what's working, what's not, gives you the strategy, and then hands it off to you. That means that you have to deploy it. So they're typically more at the lower end of the equation. The second type of fractional CMO is somebody who's actually managing your team for you. So maybe you have a couple of vendors or you have an in-house marketing team. Well, if they have to meet with you or them, and they have to have the responsibility of executing with your team, maybe even hiring and training new people in your team, well, that's a lot more time commitment. So therefore, they're gonna charge you more. And then you've got the highest end. The highest end could be hiring a fractional CMO that's part of an agency, for example, and they've got a complete team that can execute all of the strategy for you, so you don't have to hire, you don't have to train, you don't have to manage. So they're not only doing the strategy and communicating it with you and your operations manager, for example, but they're actually taking that strategy, putting it into an in-house marketing team that they control and deploying it for you. So that's why the prices range so dramatically. Now here's what you wanna actually be paying for. You wanna be paying for results. And that's why it's really important to decide what type of fractional CMO that you're gonna hire. Because when you look at the three types, if you're a business that's already got people in place to execute and you just need somebody to look through a different lens and give you that right idea or give you that right fix, and you're the type of business that's set up to just instantly execute it, that's who you should hire. But if you don't have those people, that's just gonna be a complete waste of money. If anything, it's gonna be more frustrating because the ideas are gonna sound great and then you're gonna leave the call and then you're gonna go, who's gonna do this? And nobody's gonna do it. So you're really just paying to be more annoyed because now you know what you should do and you don't have anybody to actually do it, right? The second thing is are you hiring somebody that has generic advice that they're giving you? Is it somebody who's done a lot of marketing, but not necessarily in your sector? They don't have any experience with your particular product, your business, your offer. If you wanna actually get results with a fractional CMO, then it's really important to determine both of those things. Number one, what type am I hiring and what is gonna be their responsibility and what do we actually have for resources to supply to them to execute quickly? And the second thing is, does this person have experience in your sector that they can look at your business quickly and say, we've done this 12, 15, 20 times. Right now what you need is this, this, and this, and it should take us no more than 4 weeks to deploy it, and we're gonna instantly have that revenue increase. Those are the two things that you have to seriously focus on if you wanna get results, which is the point of hiring a fractional CMO. Here's where I see one of the biggest mistakes happen. It's the old cost comparison. One of my really good friends, who's also been a client many times, says to me often, cheap is expensive. So if you're going into the idea of hiring a fractional CMO and your number one defining factor is your budget, then the reality is you're probably not ready to hire a fractional CMO, because there's a lot of people in this world who market themselves very well. Think about it. A fractional CMO knows how to market. They know how to package themselves. They know how to sell themselves. That's what they do for you. So they'll put themselves in front of you and they look amazing, and then all of a sudden their cost is way down here. Well, why is their cost way down here? If their cost is way down here, either they're not able to deliver enough to you to actually move the needle, or quite frankly, they're just not very in demand. When people are in demand, what do? They raise their prices, right? When people are in demand and you want to hire them, can they start tomorrow? Or do they need 2, 3, 4 weeks to properly put you into their calendar because they've got a wait list? Success leaves clues. And when you're doing this cost comparison exercise, it's really important to weigh out these different variables and ask yourself, am I throwing good money after bad by just hiring the cheapest person? Or am I actually hiring the person that can move the needle the fastest and I'm paying them accordingly? The one thing I will say to you is that when you first look at hiring a fractional CMO, typically they'll do an initial audit and they'll tell you 1, 2, or 3 things. If those couple of things that they point out can back out to significant revenue within the next couple of weeks, and what you're paying them is 10% of that movement in your business, then is it worth it? Of course it's worth it. You should do it every day and twice on Sunday. So don't get in that price comparison game because it can actually cost you. If you want to see how this works in a real business, I've put together another video for you. It's the 5 things that you must know before you hire a fractional CMO. And it's super easy to get access to. Just go ahead and click the link below.